SGC here, and today's movie review is Ender's Game, directed by Gavin Hood, who brought you X-Men for Origins Wolverine, starring Harrison Ford, Hailee Steinfeld, Asa Butterfield, Ben Kingsley, Viola Davis, Hailee Steinfeld, I said her name, Abigail Breslin. This movie is based on the novel of the same name by Orson Scott Card, and it talks about a unusually gifted child by the name of Ender who is sent to an advanced military academy in outer space to prepare for a future alien invasion. I really can't review this without comparing it to the book, but let's try it anyways. First off, I have to say the visuals were done really well in terms of adapting what the book was trying to portray, though I pictured everything differently. And to see it on the big screen was just, I guess it's good for a new generation that don't likes to read books, but I do recommend the book over the movie. But, I mean, the movie visually was done well, though there are times where I wish they didn't do the things they did, such as the actual battle rooms were, I don't know, I felt that for the walls to see into space was kind of weird. But visually, the consoles that they put into the movie was done well, and the way that things were set up in the barracks were pretty cool. The lights showing which way you're supposed to go according to your class was interesting. The movie is a sped up version of the book, like a really snapshot version of the book where all the good things were snapshots and everything bad was just slow and tedious, especially the parents part. I mean, they cut off a lot of the stuff from siblings already, so why not cut out all the parents as well? I was actually hoping a lot of crazy action coming from the battle rooms, and I didn't get that. We had 3 battles, and it was just assumed that Ender was a genius and brought Dragon Team all the way to the top. And then you have an actual game. So another thing for me was I really wish they didn't show all the crazy spaceship action in the trailers and left that at the end for a great surprise, because that would have been so much better, because it was just way too much action-y stuff from the scenes at the end of the movie to be played in the trailers, so that was just unfortunate for sure. And I would say Harrison Ford and Viola Davis' scenes were pretty good. I mean, it just really challenges, like, what are we doing here? So they were done well. Asa Butterfield he looked awkward throughout the film for me, really. And sure, he was portrayed well in terms of Ender's, speech patterns, but his look really, I don't know. It just didn't feel, I don't know, maybe I'm just picturing something different and I didn't get what I pictured, so. But usually I'm more, lenient on that, but it just felt weird. Asa Butterfield felt strange inside the barracks and stuff. And also, like I said, it's a sped up version of the book, so there's a lot of character development and things that you would care about in the book you don't end up caring about in the film, because the camaraderie really isn't there. The reason why people look up to Ender, I don't think really it doesn't carry through well. It's just kind of like, okay, they believe in him, so I guess I have to believe in him too, but I don't. Sure, again, we have Ben Kingsley working with Asa Butterfield again, as they did with Hugo. So he plays the crazy guy, so there's the revelation of him doing a lot of things because he's just so awesome, but it's just like, I don't buy his portrayal of Macer Rackham. So, I don't know. So, this film was hit and miss for me. Like, some parts were done well. There's a lot that I wouldn't say that they did. There's a lot that I would say they didn't do well, but I guess it's better than nothing that just got a theatric debut. And I do wonder where they're going with the sequel, because, I mean, you can see that at the end there is a line for a sequel, but I wonder if they're going to adapt the second book, because that's going to be very interesting to see on big screen for sure. And I've been hearing news of that the actual sequels for the books will be played out in TV format, and I would definitely support that rather than a movie, because, I mean, Speak of the Dead is no Ender's Game for sure, because they're just on 2 different levels of appreciation and subject matter. But subject matter doesn't mean much to some people out there, but it's just the fact that they're gonna get recast, and break out a series out of this would be better if Ender's Game 2 was talking about what Ender did at the end of the movie and expanding that, because that would be interesting, because then it would be original material. Maybe Orson would write more stuff, but you know, Orson's really weird nowadays with people, so I wonder what's gonna happen with him. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for this movie review for Ender's Game. Like, it was visually done well, but it could have been improved a lot. But you know, you would assume that nowadays with all book adaptations. So, but then Hunger Games did it well. The Hunger Games did it well. I just was hoping that it was going the Hunger Games direction, but it didn't. So sadly, I did not really enjoy Ender's Game as much as I wanted to. But anyway, that's how I feel about this film. So that's it for this movie review for Ender's Game. See ya.